At first glance, the claim that all people in the United States must consume greater amount of fish in order to lower rates of depression seems reasonable. However, this argument not only suffers from logical flaws, but also it bases its conclusion upon several questionable assumptions. Before making the final conclusion, the doctor needs to clarify the following points. In the first place, the doctors referred to the report that our ancestors who ate a lot of fish experienced lower rates of depression. However, environmental disparity between the ancient and modern world is not taken into consideration in this argument. Individuals in the modern world are experiencing various physical and mental stresses that our ancestors never had to deal with. These modern, era-specific nuisances inevitably cause depression. It is obvious that there are many factors that cause depression, and since the environment of the modern world and the ancient world are not identical, the depression-inducing factors may not be the same. Therefore, it would be misleading to conclude that the level of vitamin K consumed alone is responsible for a change in rates of depression. In the second place, the doctors pointed out that fewer people suffer from depression in Japan and Taiwan, where a much larger amount of fish is being consumed. Here, the doctors are trying to address the differences in diets between the United States and Japan/Taiwan. But basing their claim on this point is not credible due to the fact that the consumption level of fish is just one of the many differences in diet habits. The lower rates of depression in Japan and Taiwan may be due to other factors such as differences in consumption of certain foods, example, rice, beef, or seaweed, or it may well be attributable to the balance of the diet for each country. The author must consider this point in order to verify the credibility of the assumption that the consumption of fish does play a predominant role in mental health. In the third place, the lower rates of depression observed in Japan and Taiwan may not be due to the same factors. The two regions share many environmental, dietary, and social similarities, but in some aspects they are quite different. There may be other reasons why people from each country have lower rates of depression. Examples could include climate, religion, foreign relations, and medicine. If more thorough investigations indicate that low rates of depression in both countries are attributable to a large consumption of vitamin K, the doctor's claim may be more persuasive. Even assuming that the cause of the lower rates of depression in Japan and Taiwanese are the same, it is still too hasty to conclude that Americans can benefit from mimicking Japanese/Taiwanese dietary habits. They are genetically different, and it's scientifically proven genes determine a large part of a human's mental and physical makeup. It is a possibility that Americans are genetically predisposed to depression. If that is the case, a simple alteration of their dietary habits will not necessarily improve the Americans' depression rate. To bolster the claim, doctors should provide reliable evidence regarding the points discussed above. One of the things they can do immediately is to investigate other European countries whose citizens consume a large amount of fish. By studying people with similar culture and societal structures, and with less genetic variabilities, they can minimize the influence of many variables involved in this argument.